Hello and welcome back to our review with me, Kevin, from Kevin Grant on Whisky. This week we're going Highlands. We've got a Loch Lomond 22-year-old 150 St Andrews edition, distilled in 1999, bottled in 2022. Only 4,000 bottles ever made, but this is slightly different. This is finished in claret, wine cask, so Haut Medoc, or I've probably butchered that name. So the Bordeaux region of France, some premium wines. If we look at the wine region in France, Bordeaux is probably the most famous, or they call the wine capital of the world. So they're getting some sure, real quality casks. And by the colour of this whisky, you can see that that's definitely played a part in how this has infused the flavour, the smell, the taste of this whisky. So it's had 19 years in American oak casks, and then about 36 months in the claret wine casks, married all together, and then it's brought to us at natural cask strength of 48.2% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural colour. This is class. I was at Whisky Festival at the weekend. I was able to speak to Fiona. This was one of the halftime oranges, and what halftime oranges is the brands that were all there bring out something a little bit special. And I got to try this, and I really loved it. I thought it was great. And you know me, sometimes with whiskey, I like peaty whiskey and wine casks, but there was something just really peculiar, really good and different about this. So I'm going to get straight into it. I'll show you the box it comes in fact as well. So it's a big massive display here, huge big box. It's got all the open champagnes from 1860 all the way up to last year, well 2021. It's not got the 2022 of Cam Smith, I think it was, that won that at St Andrews, nearly Rory McIlroy. So really cool presentation. I've taken it out this, and it's easier to keep on the shelf by doing it this way. But Michael Henry has been the eyes behind all this, so he does great things. I love everything that he does. I think they just said the single grain last year, the non-peaty, was my whisky of the year. So this whisky here, what makes this really different as well, that Loch Lomond have 4 different style of stills. They've got 11 in total. They've used 2 sets of stills in this one. They used the straight neck stills, and they've also used the traditional swan neck pot stills. So we're getting different copper contact with that liquid, and it then gets put into these American oak casks, and then it's getting put into the claret. So 36 months, natural colour. The hue on it is a kind of amber golds, slightly getting to a darker gold colour here, more bronzy maybe. But I'm excited about this one. I'm hoping I get the same kind of stop feeling that I got at the weekend when I got to try this, because it really did stop me. But again, that's environment was really good. I was having a great day. I was running about helping everyone, seeing this, and I loved it. So let's get this on the nose first of all, then we'll go back and see if there's other wee facts that I can find about it. So I think straight away, you definitely get that kind of wine claret finish to it. You definitely get, I would say, a more melon, ripe melon, juicy melon, coming through from maybe that bourbon note to it. The kind of cherry note, potpourri, a little bit of violet. Softer cherry note as well, maybe a maraschino cherry. There's a slight kind of, it is more those kind of, I would say, white fruits of definite melon, a little bit of grape, slight bit of kiwi in there. There's a little bit of dunnage as well, I think. Topped off maybe, dirty caramel, if that makes sense. It's got a slight dunnagey note to it. It's got that caramel hit. Potpourri, violet, maraschino cherry, and a little bit of funk. But tiny amount. Maybe earthy, I think that's the word I'm after. It's a bit earthy. It's a cracking nose. 22 years, it's 19 years in American oak, and then it's been put into the French claret wine, or a big juicy red wine. Well, let's try this on the palate then. Slainte, everyone. you're getting that really good, I would say a lot of the bourbon's still in there, but that 36-month maturation finish with that soft cherry coming through. There's a lot of vanilla now in there. Still a little bit earthy. It's very soft. It's a very elegant dram. There's no real huge bite. It doesn't. I get no pepper. I get no sort of spicy finish at all. It's a very clean. If you drink wine as well, red wine, if you get a deep red wine, and yeah, but it's got a lot of flavours, bold but very easy going. This is what I'm getting with that there. Say 48.2% in actual cask strength. I'll add a tiny bit of water in a minute. I'll have another wee sip here and see if there's any other flavours we can get. Yeah, there's a wee bit of funk there, it's earthy. I don't think it needs water, to be honest. I think it's a really good ABV. There's nothing there, no alcohol burn, no spice. If you don't like spice on a whiskey, if you don't like that peppery note at the end or cinnamon hit, then this is going to be right up your street. I don't get anything like that, and this is the first dram of the day as well. Usually is when I'm doing my videos, to be honest. So staying there, still staying with that big juicy melon. In the backdrop, as I call dirty fudge, dirty vanilla, but that's a little bit earthy. Still staying with the potpourri, violet, maraschino cherry. It smells great. It's just got a lot going on. It stays bold. It stays. I think now maybe getting used to that kind of the melon hit from it. That wine cask, the Madoc wine cask, the claret is definitely come to the forefront, giving those big juicy red dark fruit flavours now. So it's staying with the cherry, it's staying with black currant, it's staying earthy as well. As I say, no spice, which is very weird because there's the wine in there. I know sometimes with sherries you can get that little bit of spice, but this is a word that I don't use much is smooth. On the palate, very smooth, very easy going, non-offensive whatsoever. 22 years old, and I like it again. I do. It's got a good mouthfeel to it. It's got a really good finish to it. It's got a great nose to it. It's kind of got everything going on that you want. And there's maybe a little bit of, it's like baked apple pie now, coming through, like a sugar top apple pie or cherry pie or rhubarb, something a little bit cake way, if that makes sense. It's like a doughy baked things now. It's coming through. I don't know if it's maybe just spending more time at it. It's an unbelievable nose. There's just so much going on. Every time I go in for a visit, there's something else my mind's picking up that I've had before. Back to the bottle. I like the bottle. I think it's good. It's very premium looking. I like the finish to it with the wee 150th open at St Andrews. They've definitely paid homage to that. Big massive cork on it. The box is really cool too. It's got both history. I love golf, I love whiskey, so it goes hand in hand for me. It's limited edition, so the 4,000 once they're gone, they're gone. There is tasting notes on this as well. It's telling me that it is stewed apple, pear, black cherry, vanilla, dark chocolate, ginger spice and wood smoke finish. I don't get any spice or wood smoke on it, to be honest. Chocolate maybe, a little bit of vanilla I'm getting in there, and maybe the pear, black cherry, apple, yeah, so that's my kind of, say about melon, maybe white fruits and things like that, so maybe slight similarities to it. But this is historic. Really cool. Really enjoyable dram. I don't know how long this will last. I don't think too long, but I'll maybe put this to the back of the shelf just to forget that it's there for a little bit, and when I do a wee rejig, I can have another dram. I'm going to go and sit back and nose this some more because it's absolutely lovely, and get to know it and do a little bit more research if I can. And I'll maybe reach out to Michael and tell him he's done a fantastic job on this as well. So everyone, thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. If you've not done so already, just hit the subscribe button. You'll see me every Friday try and put something out. Next week I might struggle. I will try my best. I'm going to Islay on Thursday next week, so maybe have a wee week off, and I'll maybe try and do something special. I'm on Islay about my trip and do a wee recorded trip and do a wee chat about it when I'm back. But I'm going to hopefully every distillery whilst I'm there, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I'm hoping the weather's good as well, so we can go some nice walks and walk off the drams after a few tours or so. But as always, I've been Kevin from Kevin Grant on Whisky. Join me next week on Let's Talk Whisky. Slainte.